Hi, I'm Christina, and welcome to Make Something Small. I am a creative, documenting my journey as I learn pattern design, illustration, and lettering. I'm sitting here in my almost empty office, my work office, because I am packing. I'm getting it ready to move to a new location and getting ready to move to my new-ish to me home. So my shelves are mostly empty right now. As most of you know, if you've been watching the channel and following along with me on my journey, you know that I have been working on a pattern collection called Winter Without Snow, based on winter in the South, winter in the Southeast, where we don't really have snow. We have a lot of rain and a lot of fog, things like that. And I've been working in Affinity, I've been working in Procreate, I've been troubleshooting a lot of different problems, trying to figure out how to make things work, and I've just been staring at the computer a lot. And I hit a point where I'm like, I have got to get away from this today. I can't do it anymore right now. And if you're working a lot with spreadsheets, or you're working in an office all the time and you've got fluorescent lights above your head, and you're going to get to a point where you're like, I can't do this anymore. Not right. I need a break. So your creative spark begins to dim a little bit, and really, honestly, the best thing that you can do at that point is just to step away. Step away for a little while. It's all right to do that and take a little break. And I want to share today what I do when I need a screen break, and why doing something physical is one of the best things that I have found to kind of reset yourself. So first of all, something simple to do is do a little bit of housework. Go wash the dishes. Go clean out a junk drawer. Declutter a corner of a room. Fold a basket of laundry. It doesn't have to be a big closet redo. If you've got ADHD like I do, you know once you start pulling stuff out of the closet, it's just going to be a bigger mess at the end of it. Do something just small, make something small, and just reset your brain a little bit. Give your mind, just put on some music, give your mind something else to think about for a little while. When my hands are busy, then I can just let my mind kind of wander, and that's when I think about, oh, what if I tried to do it this way? What if I tried to fix this problem that way? Or hey, what if I just scrapped that idea altogether and just went in this direction? What would that look like? And it's not necessarily about being productive at chores. It's just giving your mind a rest, giving your eyes a rest. Read a book, but something physical to kind of get your mind off of that a little bit. The next thing I like to do is to go outside. As I'm filming this, it is March of 2026. Here in Louisiana, I can't decide if it's spring or not. One day it's cold, one day it's raining, one day it's hot. But right now, we have some really nice weather off and on. It's usually pretty warm in the afternoons if you're able to get outside. You may have seen my dog Max in one of my painting videos. He has to be walked every day. We also like to take him to the dog park. And there's just something about getting out there in the grass and in the fresh air and in the sunshine and just playing with him and watching him be so happy and be so joyful. If you have children, take your children with you. Take your children to the dog park with your dog. Play with your dog. Take them to the park and play on the swings, play on the slides. Play with your children. Go out there and swing with them and have that fun. I really love it when we're playing with Max and we throw the ball and he chases it. He's a husky. He might bring it back, he might not. But the funniest part to me is when he gets the zoomies and he'll run around and he'll do figure eights, or he'll try to chase a squirrel or something like that. And there's just something about that is so wonderful, to just get out there in the sun and to have a good time with him. And it just helps me to zoom away and not even think about my project and just put that aside for just a little while. I want to be present, be more present in my life. So that's one of the things that I like to do. Another thing that I also like to do is when I still want to make something, but I don't want to use the computer, I will turn to physical crafts. I used to do cross stitch. I used to do crochet. I used to do I was going to say needlepoint, but cross stitch and needlepoint I've learned are two separate things. But cross stitch, crochet, knitting, I used to do a lot of that, but now what I've done, I love to watch, who watches paint pour videos? I love the paint pour videos. I've done paint pours. I got the canvases. I've got 3 of these here. I have the canvases and the paint from Dollar Tree. They have paint now there at my Dollar Tree that has the pouring medium mixed into it, so you can just use it straight off. But I've done, this is one that I did. I used green, white, and yellow paints. So this is the first one. And then here is another one where there was a little bit more yellow in there. These are going to go on the wall in my home office, my home area where I'll be making videos once I get to my my house. And you can see on the back, you can see all the green paint got on my fingers. So it's very tactile. It's very messy. You can wear gloves. I mean, I had gloves on and everything, but there's just something about doing this, and you can't undo it, you know, if you're going like, oh, I would rather have this be over here. Once the paint's dry, you can't really change it without just, you know, redoing the entire canvas. So there's no undo button. You know, what you have is what you have, and so you just have to like mess with the paint and make it flow a certain way. And this one is a really messy one. So, and another thing that my husband and I did together, we did this together. We went to our library. I mentioned I live in Louisiana. I live in East Baton Rouge Parish. We have a wonderful library system here, and they do classes on almost anything you could want to do at all. And so we did tile paint pours, and I'm going to get this sealed. I'm going to seal it with some polyurethane or something and turn it into a coaster. So he made one and I made one, and we found some tile in a storage building here, and we're going to make some more with those tiles that we found that we don't need. Another thing that I have done is done tie-dye bags. I got these blank bags at Walmart with a tie-dye kit, and this is the only one I could find though. I had like 4 of them. This is the only one that I could find, but I made a bunch of tie-dye. I did that. On one of the bags, well, a couple of the bags, I got some supplies from Dollar Tree. Again, I got some vinyl and used the library. As like I said, we have a great library system in East Baton Rouge Parish, and they have a makerspace with a Cricut machine and heat press and things like that, and you take a class and you can learn how to use their machines. And so I went to the library one day with my bags after the tie-dye dried, and I used the material that I had got from Dollar Tree, and I used their Cricut machine and heat press to put designs on my tie-dye bags. So, you know, sometimes you just want to make something, you know, you just want to make something and enjoy it and enjoy the process. It doesn't have to be perfect. And use your library, use the resources that you have. They're wonderful. Another thing that I still like to do is use my sketchbook. I'm still working on the DIY art school that I talked about before. And I like to work in the sketchbook. I like having the pencil and I do still use the eraser and stuff but I'm still practicing, and it reminds me of why I want to learn how to illustrate and why I want to learn how to draw, and to do something with pencil and paper is something important and something special to me to do. So sometimes you want to make something and you just don't want it to be digital, and so get a sketchbook and practice drawing boxes. Practice making that S thing that we all made in high school. I'm sure that a lot of you remember it, the whole Superman thing. You know, just practice doing something silly, you know, follow a tutorial or something on YouTube and make a cartoon character, and just draw and enjoy it. And if there's something that you used to do as a hobby that maybe you don't do anymore, or maybe you would love to explore again, try to find some time to do that. One of the things that I really want to do, I want to take a pottery class. That has been something I have wanted to do for so long. And again, using resources that I have in my area. We also have a really great park system in East Baton Rouge Parish, and they have classes for this stuff. And that's one of the things that I want to do is find out when they're having some classes, find out how much they cost, and go take a pottery class. There's also ceramic studios and different things like that. I'm sure I can find somebody that's doing it where I could do it at any point in time. But find out what resources are around. If there's any clubs, there's knitting clubs at the libraries around me. There's crochet clubs. The teenagers are getting into it. The teen centers in the library have all sorts of tactile hobbies and things like that to do. So there's always something that you can do to get away from a screen and do something with your hands. Get out in some fresh air, meet some people, and be present in the world today. I think that's really important to do right now. So thank you very much for watching and being a part of this journey with me. And if you have a favorite way to reset away from the screen, I would love to hear about it in the comment. And remember, all big projects start with something small. I'll see you next time.